Hey everyone, I just wrapped up a couple of weeks of testing Liquid Web's VPS and dedicated hosting, and here's my honest take. If you're a developer, a tech enthusiast, or you run a business that really needs reliable hosting, this is a provider that you'll want to know about. Now, Liquid Web is not your typical budget host. They don't even bother with shared hosting. Instead, they focus entirely on VPS and dedicated servers. That narrow focus means they've put their energy into making those two options as solid as possible, and in my experience, it really shows. I started out with one of their smaller VPS plans, just 1 gig of RAM, and even that ran smoothly. During setup, I was able to choose my operating system, my control panel, and even the level of support I wanted. I personally went with cPanel and managed support to make my life easier, but if you prefer more control, you can go completely self-managed. Once everything was up and running, I tested the site with GT metrics and got an A for performance. The largest contentful paint was right around 1.3 seconds, which is impressive for a small plan. I'm pretty confident that if you scale up to a bigger VPS, you'll get even faster results. After that, I moved on to a dedicated server, and this is where Liquid Web really stood out. They had an entry-level option at less than $50 a month, which is actually cheaper than a lot of other competitors' dedicated servers. The setup process was smooth, and I loved how customizable it was. I even re-imaged the operating system to Ubuntu in about 15 minutes, and from there, I spun up WordPress using Docker. Everything ran flawlessly, and it was clear that this hardware was built for serious workloads. Of course, performance and features don't mean much without good support, and for the most part, Liquid Web delivered here too. I usually got connected with a real person within minutes, and my questions were answered quickly. The only slight negative was some rep who did try to upsell me on some extra security products, which did feel a little unnecessary. But aside from that, support was reliable and helpful every time I reached out. So here's the bottom line. Liquid Web is designed for people who need more than a basic hosting plan. What you're paying for is performance, customization, and reliability. If you're a developer, if you're running a business, or if you work in tech and you need hosting you can really count on, Liquid Web is one of the best options I've tested.